Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are just watching my videos for the first time, this is one of the video I would use to start a series called speedrun. According to my understanding with speedrun, I want to show you how I migrate or move from a certain elo to the next elo with my thinking process while playing a game live. And this is not just one game, several games. So the target for this particular journey is 2000 rating on chess.com, the rapid section 10 minutes. So I'll be playing 10 minutes with random opponents. Each time I play, I'll upload the game and show you my thinking processes. You watch it live on how I achieve such win, or eventually if it is a loss, you see it. I will share what I did right if I win. I'm going to share what I did wrong if I lose. So in these videos like this on this channel or wherever you are watching from, whether my Facebook page or YouTube channel, you will learn what it means to think in certain set of elo range. So let's dive right into my chess.com account I'm going to use for this process. This is the account. It's a new account actually, and I've just played 4 games so that I can get elo rating. However, there is no elo rating on the 10-minute region, which is rapid. So if I get over to there, this is it. Let me go over to my profile, for example. If you go to the profile, you will notice that I only have rating in the bullet, which is 800. So this is just 800. I don't have rating in other time format and time control because I have not played any game there. It's just this. The 800 you are seeing is because I've played game in the bullet section, which is just, I think, 1 minute plus 1 second, or just 1 minute parallel. You can check it out. So I played 5 games and I was given an average of 800 just to start with. This is here, I think it's in the 1+1 section. So I just wanted to have clarity that this video is based on a new account entirely. So I've not used this account. It is for the purpose of content creation and showing you thinking processes. So let's dive right into it. Our first game will be played here in this video. So I'm going to initiate the first game. As I start and play, I'll be sharing ideas on certain positions, my opening idea, the middle game idea, and also the end game if need be. So let's get started. I'm going to go over to the home and look for an opponent. New game, new game. Then, like I said, I'll be sticking to 10 minutes. So you'll be expecting videos like this to pop up on my page or channel more often, connected to the target 2000. So play fair. I agree. Then I go on. So this is my first opponent ever in 10 minutes. Good. So, and he played this move, b3. With my experience over chess board and chess games, I won't play from the side. I will stick to an understanding where I'm going to develop my pawn through the center to e5. He plays bishop. At the moment, this pawn is not defended. This is the king. So I need to defend this pawn right away. We have already started playing chess. And immediately you play your first move, you need to start thinking. So let me not make it too deep. I can defend with the knight. I can defend with the pawn. I can defend with the bishop. I can defend with the queen. So let me go with the pawn. Very simple stuff. Keeping the structure very coordinated. So I'm expecting my opponent to make his move. So we are here. Well, what is my opponent thinking? At this point, my opponent is 779 rated. I am 800 rated. My opponent believes that I'm higher rated than him. So it's taking him his time to think of the best approach, the best thing to do. And now he went for it. in this particular position, it chooses to break the center by pushing this. Now, there are some things that you do in this certain elo. You usually pick or take, you usually take pawn when thrown to you. Now, in this position here, I will take it. To me, I'm going to take it. For this reason, I don't have a very good reply there at the moment than to take. For this elo rate, we have to be careful. Although it may be easy to play and win, but for your own level, if you are in this certain category, not all pawn you are giving, you just take. I decided to take because I choose to take it because I saw that option as a very good option. Now, this queen and the bishop are now connected on this diagonal, making the two pieces very strong. A way to continue here is to attack the queen first. This queen cannot take the pawn because the pawn is defended by a bishop. So what I'm going to do now is let me develop a knight and develop this bishop so I can castle the king to safety. That is what you should be thinking at the moment to avoid cheap checkmate pattern against your king, which will be in the center. You see, my opponent came in with check to attack the king. A good way to block this check is to play the bishop, which counter attacks the queen on that diagonal. However, I want to keep it simple. Yes, I have other options, which is the pawn and the knight. So let me go with the pawn first so that everybody will be connected. This pawn defends the pawn, bishop defends this pawn, queen defends the pawn, bishop defends the pawn, the king is still in the center. The idea is to move the king out of the center. So I'm going to find a way to play this bishop, so supporting defending this knight, then I can now castle the king to this side and I'll be aware of every or any form of attack. My opponent is throwing pawn against me, trying to come against the king, which is still in the center. Although I'm playing well, but I need to still cross check what to do. If I take this pawn now, the queen will take it. So that pawn is defended. I won't go through that line. So what I'm going to do now is, since I have in mind to castle, let me just castle my king away from the center. Since the king is safe, then I'll be careful to put my pieces on safer squares and maybe in the future launch my attack. Do not attack until your pieces are safe and well defended. My opponent comes up with a plan to capture my knight. Here he plays pawn to e5. This move attacks the knight, which is a bigger piece, by the way. So we must understand what I would do here, why I do what I would do. In the scale of value of the pieces, the knight is 3 points, worth 3 pawn. This pawn worth 1. So I have an option to eliminate the pawn or to move the knight away. So in this context, this king is still in the center here. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to try as much as possible to make him open up this particular file. That is the idea I have in my mind. So I'm going to do this. I will anticipate this, then I will take this. So if he takes now, I'm going to take. So that file is opened up. The move of the knight is very logical. Attack this pawn and keep the knight safe. Yeah, and also prevent any form of capture. Good. So I have a plan. What do I do? Since I think I'm going to take this now and see what my opponent will do. Now I'm going to put this bishop here so I can push this pawn later and open a discovered attack on the queen. See what he did. This time around, he moved the queen away so as to threaten checkmate in one, I must avoid it. That is where the idea comes in to push this pawn. So I would disconnect the queen from reaching h8 right away. So the plan is now to play bishop. So in this contest, I could do this. I could do this now. Yeah, or I could do this. Now, this is possible first. I'm keeping my knight safe. I'm trying to take away this bishop. Then I'll play a move like this also. If I play a move like this, I'll open a discovered attack on this bishop, supported by the knight. So let's hope to see what my opponent will do. I'm waiting patiently. I choose not to fall. Now he has played this. See, I'm going to play this attack on the queen, but creating a skewer that attacks the bishop when the queen goes to safety. Then I can now take with the queen, or take with the knight, creating check and attacking this bishop. Two variation. Bishop attacks the queen. Queen goes away to safety somewhere around here. I'm going to take with the knight, check, so I can pick up this bishop. So what has happened? My opponent had fallen for tactical ideas simply because he failed to keep the king away from the center when he had the chance to. His plan in the opening should have included taking the king to a safer square, just like the way I did it. Yeah, you could still attack a safe king. That's true. But not a king in the center is very easy to attack. Just like what I'm doing now. My plan has succeeded because I can now gain an extra piece. Good. Now, my opponent is trying to offer queen. Trying to go for queen exchange. See the variation here. Very simple. I'm going to play queen takes queen first. If it takes with the bishop, I'm going to take this with check, or I can choose to take it first. So let's do that together. I'm going to first of all take the bishop. Sorry, I'm going to take with the queen. I'm going to take the queen, yes. So if it takes with the knight, going for my bishop, I'll take this bishop with check and take this bishop. Simple. I think I need to go slower. Let me take it slower. I'm trying to work with time. If my opponent take the queen now with the bishop, see, I will take the bishop with check. I'm checking the king already. Good. So in this case, I'm going to introduce an idea called a pin. The rook pinned the bishop to the king when I remove that knight. So if you remove the bishop now, I'm going to play a discovered attack. So I'm trying to create a pin scenario because now the king and the rook stays on the same file. Yeah, did you see that idea? Hey, this one now can be called middle game idea, middle game plan. Let's take it idea by idea because of your level. I don't know who is watching now. Good. See what he has done. He moved away. Now I can introduce a check from my bishop because I can see that the king is now exposed. See another idea. The king is aligned under this bishop. So a simple move like knight to f2 makes a check to the king. So knight to f2, bishop will check the king, king will move, I can pick up the rook. thereby winning material in this middle game. So that should happen right away. Check from the bishop to the king. Good. So I'm going to pick the rook, thereby having material. Okay. Take. Now see, he has actually undefended this bishop. I will take with the rook. So the bishop covers this diagonal up to the 9th. This bishop covers up to this side. What do I need? I need to bring the bishop where it can attack a piece, which is the 9th. So the knight will go back home here for safety. I can play a bishop check first. King will go inside. Then I can bring back my knight to the game. However, I need to save the rook in between. He has done that. Look at this move. Attacks my rook. So you don't have to keep your rook. You have to keep your rook safe. That's another idea. So in this case, I'm going to do this first. Check. Then the rook should stay here since this square is safe. It's not under any attack. So that's a safe square, right? Let's not forget, this rook and the knight are not working in this game. We need to find a way to activate those spaces. Okay, that has happened. This move opens up an attack from the rook to the knight. We have to be cautious. Check your pieces before you move. So this is what we need to move at the moment, seeing that all other pieces are in good condition. Now this move is a bad move. How did I know? How can you move your rook from a safe square to a bad square where the knight can capture it? Knight is a minor piece with 3 points and the rook is a major piece with 5 points. So in this case, knight takes the rook with check, gives me advantage while playing black. In this position, my opponent resigned. Good. So we could go over the review panel, but because of the level we are playing in, we are playing with 800 ELU against a 700 rated player. I will leave you to talk about this particular game in the comment section. What exactly have you learned from this video? I will want you to drop just one tactical idea you picked up from this video, and I'll be grateful I've impacted you. Thank you for watching this video. Expect more of this video like this on this channel if you are watching from YouTube, or on my page if you are watching from Facebook. Thank you for watching. Till next time.